I did, but it's cool.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Here we are at Pez of the Mind doing our E3 week and starting with the Microsoft conference because that was the first one as far as I know. So
I think Bethesda beat them by a couple hours, but that's in the extra video. So
I was like,
Did
what
they?
about the EA one? That was garbage, so let's not talk about that.
Oh yeah, I think the EA was first. No, Bethesda was later that night, Jim.
And EA wasn't completely garbage. I will admit they sold me on Battlefront, which I didn't think
Oh,
they'd
that
do
part
for the
was
second
good.
one.
I did wake up for that.
This because the second one when they were like, "Oh, it's all story driven." I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be fucking shit," because it's Battlefront's about the multiplayer. It always has been.
Yeah.
Then when they did the new trailer, it's like we put all our focus on multiplayer. I'm like, "Ooh, you have my attention now. Please continue." And they start showing off. I'm like, "This has my attention. Congratulations, you may now take my money."
There you go.
Unless something better comes along at the same time.
All right.
Yeah, so Microsoft won. Any thoughts on any of this stuff? I would say the biggest thing, probably no one cares about it, but the official name of the Scorpio, of the Xbox One X, but still not a palindrome for some reason.
Yeah, it's because they were sat around and they were thinking, everyone always shortens down the previous one to Xbone, and it just insults us and makes all our gamers look stupid. How about this? How about when the new Halo launches on it, they can be like, "I love Halo XOX." So it's like they're giving people lots of love.
Actually, it's technically more ironic than that if you actually fully spell it out. Xbox One X, XBOX.
Xbox One X, Xbox One X, it never ends.
But Xbox is one word.
I know.
And there's no B in the middle. It's XOX, so it's like XOX. The Scorpio, the Xbox X, I will say, it's a powerful hard drive. It's a powerful console. I don't know who it's for.
Nobody does.
PC
The only reason I say
the,
that is
the PS4 Pro crowd.
You see, I would agree with that, but it's $100 more.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
stronger.
It's for really snooty people who need 4K HDR and 60 frames per second.
Yeah, but that's the problem with how much higher they've clocked it now. It's the same price as one of the PC graphics cards, which is the point. Consoles are always meant to be cheaper on it, so you can't do PC gaming. I was like, oh, it should have been. If it's $100 less, even though I think the hardware in it means they're probably selling it at a loss anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If it's $100 less, it seems like it'd be more for console gamers because consoles are normally meant to be the cheaper alternatives to PC. But that $100 now, it seems like, you know what I mean? It seems like, well, yeah, for like $500, you can get a Steam machine.
Yeah.
I don't know. As I said, I think the price was a little bit less competitive, but I know they put so much more in it and stuff. So
they did.
Yeah.
I thought it was mostly for PC users who also want an Xbox One for some reason. Like the PC people who aren't PC elitists. There you go. Non-PC elitist PC people.
But I would make the case, why would they need to? The games on Xbox One were on PC, which means if they're PC gamers, they've got something that runs it better.
Because they're doing both at the same time. They're ambidextrous.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, it's for rich pricks who need to have the best of something so they can brag about it.
No, it's
the iPhone 6 crowd?
Yes, exactly.
It's like I said, to be fair, it seems like it's got good hardware, so I'm not knocking its hardware. And I do think its price will probably come down in the next year or so.
Mm-hmm.
That normally happens. Once that happens, I think they'll pick up more traction. I just think the price point at this point may be a little too high.
Yeah, I can agree.
But I don't know. that could just be me with the price. I was like, ooh.
No, that's a little pricey.
But I understood it at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, launch prices are already pretty high, so
yeah,
it's like, that's high, but they always feel high to me. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm not getting it at launch, but
yeah.
It's
like when PS3 launched, I was like, that was a ridiculous price until they took out the backwards compatibility and stuff, and then they lowered the price. I'm like, okay, Now you're at a console price. But
So any
Also-
interesting?
oh, I was gonna say also, aren't they bringing back the original Xbox pad for it, which is worth noting?
Yes, because didn't they announce it has backward compatibility to the original Xbox?
For Crimson Skies.
Well, I assume there will be a few other ones, but yes,
I
that
know,
was the
but
only one that they.
Yeah, when they showed it's got the original Xbox, I was like, okay, because I'll admit, I had an original Xbox at the time. I had PS2, GameCube, and Xbox.
Hmm.
Xbox was my Knights of the Old Republic, Morrowind, and Spider-Man the movie game because it had an extra level.
Ah. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah, because
and also-
it had the fucking the Kraven the Hunter level, right?
It did, it had Craven.
I remember
And
that. Yeah.
and it's also the one I played. I also had Battlefront twice. Once on PS2 for a load of people, like local, and for a few people. But mainly the Xbox. The Xbox was what I played Battlefront on with that.
Nice.
Like the space missions, it's fucking awesome with the old headset. It was, which I'll admit, I got a little slightly nostalgic about that pad, and I'm like, it's the PS2 era. I shouldn't be nostalgic. It's
No, not really.
it feels not long enough to be nostalgic, but at the same time, it's 2 generations ago. So
It
yeah,
Yeah, it's like 11, 12 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that Spider-Man because I bought the freaking strategy guide for it. And I was reading it. It's like, and then it's got all those extra. I'm like, wait, there's no son of a.
Yep. And I'll admit, I bought that game twice. I bought it on PS2. Then when I got the Xbox, I bought it on that just to play that level.
Was it worth it?
It is.
Nice.
It was worth it. I like most of the Spider-Man games.
Indeed. More details on that in the PlayStation video on Saturday.
But yeah, the original Xbox backwards compatibility or backwards compatibility ×2, whatever. But that, yeah, like you said, Knights of the Old Republic, that'll be cool. I realize there's like a 0% chance, but I'm really hoping that maybe some Japanese games get there, like Metal Wolf Chaos. Even if I have to open mine and use the disc, I'll do that. I would love to play it.
Yep.
Or how about Jade Empire?
Yep.
The games where too many people have forgotten.
Yep.
A lot of people love it, but I never see too many people demanding the sequel for that anymore. It's all when they go to BioWare, it's always Mass Effect, Dragon Age, and Knights of the Old Republic. Now I'm like, I bought Jade Empire. I wanted the sequel.
Yeah, I just don't think it's sold well enough that they care. In like 10 years, they'll probably be like, look what we're bringing back. And everyone will be like, yay, wait, what is that? Pretend to know so we look cool. Yeah.
Let's be honest. We all know the backward compatibility is so that they can put all the Halo games back out again because basically they're all the same game anyway.
They already did that. It's called the Master Chief Collection.
Fair enough.
But it's the remaster Chief Collection.
Yeah, why not? They've already put out like 3 remasters of Kingdom Hearts on PlayStation. Why shouldn't Xbox get in on the gig?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They're all doing it now. This generation is the generation of remasters.
It
Yes.
is.
It's the generation of I remember it. It's the member berries.
The member berries,
I remember
yes.
Mm-hmm.
They never get old.
But yeah, I just thought it was worth noting they were bringing that pad back, and they said it would
Yes.
work with the Xbox One X.
That is cool.
I should just refer to it as the X. It sounds cooler.
You
They're bringing
should.
it back for the X.
X gonna give it to you.
Yo, you're dealing with the X Factor. That's what they should have done when they came out into the stage.
Ha!
I did like when they were
Oh,
showing,
God.
when they're showing other things. They said things are X boosted.
X
So
boost.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Doesn't that raise your accuracy in Pokemon?
I will say that was one thing. I was like, oh no, they did the thing that we all mocked. Ironically, 1 year Wii U and 1 year PlayStation for the same thing. If you look at most of the exclusives they showed,
Mhm.
they're timed exclusives. They're not full exclusives, which we mocked the other ones have been. Well, they're not really full exclusives like you're making them out to be.
Mhm.
And if the people have the other systems, you're promoting it for them.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna buy like when it comes on PS4, I'm buying the shit out of that Dragon Ball game. That was fucking amazing.
That looks cool. I will share play that with somebody. I'm not enough of a Dragon Ball to buy it, but I will share play that.
I'll admit, I'm not a massive fan of the Guilty Gears series. I do like fighting games, like Rick knows, but I'm not a big fan of that series. However, I love Dragon Ball, and I'm like, that looks fucking awesome. So I'm gonna buy it and play it. Who cares?
Nice.
And it looks cool. It's a traditional fighting game, and the graphics on it and I think they may have improved it on some of the stuff that they've done. It's hard to tell what's anime and what's the game.
Yeah.
So it's not going to look like. Did you ever play Raging Blast?
No.
When you had Vegeta like this, with his mouth closed, and underneath the text telling you how he became, him narrating how he became a Super Saiyan, without ever moving his mouth, like he was Thomas the fucking Tank. So, sorry, allow me to explain, kids. Thomas the Tank back in the day never used to move his mouth before all you little bastards got your CGI because, oh no, we need a Thomas with his mouth moving, not in my day. In my day, we just needed him to give a resemblance of humanity, like, and we're like, yeah, okay, we just dub him later.
Didn't his eyes move?
Yes, his eyes would roll. His
eyes would move, but his mouth would just be like,
yeah.
Hello, guys. The first time I saw CGI and his mouth moved for the first time, I was like, am I high?
Maybe you should be.
Yeah, but no. However, that's not they did show other exclusives which were good. Besides the Dragon Ball game.
Yes.
Yes, they showed the Assassin's Creed Origins, which I mentioned. I was going to mention when we recorded this. Looked fucking cool, great concept. Assassin's Creed, I always wait because they've got. I don't think the last one was as much, but they have a reputation now as being broken as fuck when they launch.
Yeah. The only thing is, I actually read an article on one of the game sites. I remember it was one where somebody actually wrote up an article explaining the basically going through and explaining the 4 or 5 different actual types of exclusives that there are. The purpose of this is a timed exclusive. This is an exclusive that's console exclusive, but also on PC. This is an exclusive that's it's ridiculous.
It is, but it just they didn't seem to have many just full exclusives.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
Although we did now, you could argue something like Forza because while it is on PC, it's more built with Windows PC, so. It's the same family. I'm going to allow this.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes.
I'll allow that without because it's a game they built and it's clearly okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? It's on both. I'll allow this. But it just felt weird. I was like, most of their exclusives weren't exclusive.
There's really no such thing to be having exclusives anymore because there's just too much money to be made from having it on all the consoles. The most you're going to get is a timed exclusive. Like, for example, I remember Rise of the Tomb Raider hit Xbox One, and then it was another year before it hit PlayStation, but then all the PlayStation ones were better because they had all the DLC on them.
I will say that that's not entirely true. We'll get onto that when we go to the other two because they did have more. Like it got like even the PlayStation guy, I think he ad-libbed it, mocked the Microsoft one during the Spider-Man presentation.
He did the true thing.
When he goes, it's truly exclusive for Spider-Man, and you're like, oh, I see what you did there. That's kind of a cheap shot, but you get these at every E3.
Yeah.
And tell me about history for that. I remind you of a couple of years ago when Sony shot with a video of a guy saying, "Here's how you share a PlayStation game. Here you go. Thank you."
Yep.
Also, Cuphead's got a release date that I hope they stick to.
It did.
Yay! And it's actually not far. It's actually pretty close. So it makes me think that it's like less chance of it being delayed because it's not like December or something like that, you know, like 28th, you know.
Vaguely this year. Yeah, I'm glad that has a release date too. It only took forever, and considering. Yeah. I played a demo of it, I think 2 years ago at PAX. I'm like, why is this?
Yeah.
But still not the longest. Thanks, Phantasy Star Online 2.
Yep, and it's still no Last Guardian.
Yeah. Well, then didn't they show that one trailer for some?
Was that playable though? Like when they first announced it?
I don't think it was, but that has to have some sort of streak at the most E3s.
Probably, yes. No, they stopped talking about PSO2. Just when they announced it in PAX that year, they had an English demo, and then they just went silent on it. That was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, I don't know if this one you're talking about. I remember seeing somebody said there was like somebody in one of the recaps was freaking out like they showed footage of some game they've been developing for like 10 years. I remember what one that was.
The Last Guardian.
No, that one too, but no. That was last year's
Yeah,
E3.
Duke Nukem Forever.
No, some other one. What the hell was it?
That game was perfect.
Bubsy?
No.
Oh, I'll admit, I actually got excited when they've announced a new Bubsby.
Oh, you
I
forgot
think
about that game?
They announced the new Bubsy. Wow.
Yeah, I mentioned to Rick during some of our other recordings. I'll admit, when it was on like Mega Drive and SNES and stuff, I loved the 2D Bubsby games. They were super fun when I was a kid. I was like, oh, it's like a cartoon. It's fucking wonderful. The 3D one was shit, but the other two were so fucking wonderful. And now they've announced a new one. I'm like, oh, it's Bubsby.
It is.
But yes, I'll admit, I forgot they announced that because there's been more. I don't know if more better would be the correct term because I don't think it is, but it is now. More better. That's the correct one. More better has been announced.
Hey, Mo, did you like Life is Strange? I remember you played it because we have the prequel for that. I didn't know.
They do have a prequel, which I'm like, that just seems no.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Oh, God.
Now that was Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Was that shown at the Microsoft one?
No.
I thought they said it was. Maybe I was wrong.
I thought that was at the other one.
Okay, somebody listed in the Microsoft one. Apparently, it was not.
I sent you a list, Jim, and look right there. Beyond.
Yeah, you sent me a
right
list.
there.
It's on fucking iCloud that I don't have an account to access.
Oh. Well,
We're not all fancy Apple people like you, Stacy.
Sorry, gosh.
Thank you, Jim. That's good.
Sorry, that was at the Ubisoft one. My apologies. We'll talk about that one over the weekend.
Well, Mummy and Daddy, stop fighting. Look at what you're doing to poor Rick.
Sorry, Rick. So, how about Terry Crews yelling at us for 5 minutes?
Hell
Wait,
yes.
where's TJ?
I already wanted to play that game. I didn't think that I would need Terry Crews in that game. I was wrong because that makes it just slightly better. And I'm like, whatever. I already wanted to play this. I'm okay with that.
Yep.
They showed actual gameplay of it, which was good.
Yeah, I haven't played the first 2 Crackdown games, but that looks really cool.
First one is fucking fun. Second one's okay.
I did find it interesting that I guess like elite soldiers even look like they're wearing suits from Tron.
Yeah, kind of.
I will admit the third Crackdown does look really fun. I know you say that because I didn't play the other 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't play the other 2 much. Actually, I think I played one at a friend's, but I didn't play them much, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't have them on the systems. Mm-hmm. But I looked at the third, I'm like, that still looks fucking cool to me.
Mm-hmm. I hope it is, because it looks
pretty awesome. Although, in spite of that, I have to imagine Rick is even more excited for Anthem.
Except for one part, yes. Well, like there's 2 things about that.
It's a bunch of people running around in mech suits.
I know. Well, okay.
Jim,
basically, yeah.
Jim, this E3 had 2 Monster Hunters, Crackdown, and multiple mech-based video games. Just be grateful that there's no white in Victor's room right now.
That's true. That's true.
These walls were orange. No, yeah, no. When it first started, like when they first showed the teaser in the Microsoft one, I was like, or the EA one, I was like, okay, that looks cool. I was gonna make fun. Oh, it's Mass Effect, but we took out that branding because that's Poison now. But then when they showed it in the Microsoft one, I'm like, okay. And then they're like walking. I'm like, that looks like a mech suit. Oh, please get in there. Gets in there, and I'm like, yeah. And goes out, and I'm like, hope this isn't like the Division or Destiny where it's like MMO-esque. I'm hoping it's like more like Rainbow Six where it's like you can do it by yourself, but like your friends can jump in.
Yeah.
And then they're going. I'm like, this looks pretty cool. And then the person dives underwater, and I'm like, whoa, hold up. Whoa, no, don't get the fuck it, and then gets out of the water. And I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that part, but I'll do the rest of it.
Yeah.
I'm not going under. Fuck that, man. I don't have enough guns to go down there.
Isn't this game supposed to be like Destiny?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a Destiny rival, or at least that's the way marketing it.
I like how they announced you can have a bunch of different, like you use different mech suits with different abilities. Like there's the smaller one that's got more agility, but then there's the big one with the fucking mortar.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if it is or not, because I'll admit it didn't look like Destiny. But all I keep seeing when they were talking about it beforehand was they're calling it the Destiny Killer, which I agree with you, Rick. I'd prefer it to be like Rainbow Six, as dependent.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Is because a lot of that.
That's why I'm like, so which one is it?
Yeah, because if it's like I said, like you can do it single player or like co-op with friends or something, like small groups. Totally down with it. If it's like Division where you have to play, connected to online other people, then I'll be like, I'll still try it, but way less excited if it's basically an MMO light.
I agree with that. Which that's pretty much become a thing nowadays. It's like I said to you, I could see more doing it when we play Destiny. If this is going to be what console MMOs are, isn't it? Because it's the best of well, not the best, but it's the best of MMOs with the best of like Halo and stuff mixed together. So it's like console gamers will eat this up, and because they don't use the word MMO, they suddenly don't feel less geeky playing it.
Yeah.
Because if you say to someone, "Oh, I put in 100 hours playing World of Warcraft," they're like, "Fucking loser." I put in 200 hours playing Destiny. Whoa, you're like a hero.
Yeah, Destiny's the greatest. I got my killer horn. Yeah, and just like, okay.
Oh, this is nothing like your World of Warcraft. I mean, we literally all had to group together to defeat a raid boss.
This is nothing like your World of Warcraft. When we got to the end of the game, we had to keep doing that same thing over and over again. We didn't have new dungeons with different bosses. Screw that. We had to pay extra for that. You loser. You WoW losers.
Yeah.
But yes, cautiously optimistic as per my usual with Anthem. Did look pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that looked pretty awesome. But I'm not usually into those kind of games.
So has anybody ever played the Metro series?
I have not.
No.
I read the paper.
I haven't played it. I don't know. That looked really cool to me. I've never played it, but I thought it looked really cool.
Those always worry me because they're like first-person shooters, but your currency is ammo. So you're supposed to be like really stingy with shooting, and I'm like, I might try those one day, but that feels weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That.
I don't know if they changed it because it's like apocalyptic, where it's like there's no money or anything. You have to trade like actual stuff.
Can I trade Pew?
Can I capture people and trade them as slaves?
I don't think so, but who knows in the new one? Maybe there's slave trade.
That's what I would do.
Well, I assume that's why he busted out the crossbow and went and picked up the arrow again. He's like, I can reuse this because you got to be all cheap. That's like $1. I'll take that back. Like in GTA when you pay the hooker and then you beat her up and take your money.
Your money back,
like
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can put that on the box.
Perfect.
Metro Exodus, like GTA, where you beat up a hooker and take your money back.
Or what Jim does with Pew. Beats up the hooker and takes the library book back.
I return my books on time, thank you.
I like the idea of Jim paying.
Fine, sorry.
Yeah, that's what Jim does. He pays hookers to read to him. Or to watch him read so it feels like he's not alone.
Yes. I'm sorry, that's kind of funny though.
So sad.
Now, if I pay an extra $100 every now and again, will you ask me if the book is good?
So what else was on Microsoft that anybody like?
Well, I was gonna mention, I was really super into Sea of Thieves until I saw the Sony one. I was like, oh no, Sea of Thieves, you were on my list, but then you're gone now. No.
For the Blood and Pirates or Bones
Skull and Bones. Yeah.
Why does Jim look familiar to me though?
Because he's got a Hitler stash? I don't know.
I swear, just look at Jim's face and his mannerisms and stuff. I swear he was the front man for a campaign telling women not to leave their drinks alone.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Now you're confusing me with Bill Cosby.
I don't
It's
think
a
he is.
common mistake.
Who doesn't, Jim? That's how he explains how he got arrested last week. They mix me up with Bill Cosby. God, every time.
Every time, never fails.
Yeah, it's like looking in a mirror. Yeah.
Good times.
Oh my
So
god,
now you
maybe
got the
maybe Jim's Bill Cosby's reverse Miles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I like my favorite of that was still obviously the Dragon Ball game. I fucking loved that when they showed that. So it was like awesome. And even if underneath they kind of ruined the picture by having the words, "Oh, it's boosted by the Xbox X," which to be fair, you said
It's
every
X-boosted.
game is. You said every game is boosted by it, or most recent games. Therefore, we don't need this at this point. I just want to look at the beautiful visuals at this point.
Yeah,
It's like when they did it with PS4 Pro boost. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, get that off. I don't care.
like the Destiny one, it's like equivalent to PS4 Pro, and I'm like, that just means a PC with similar specs, right? That means not a PS4 Pro. Like, oh, it's equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. At least it's there, but yeah, it kind of takes you out of it. You're like, whoa, like what's that at the bottom? Oh, okay. It's not what it's gonna look like on mine. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also love the fact, like people have said with games, like how many cinematic trailers do we get at E3?
A lot.
Almost all.
And how many times do you get adverts for games that say not in-game footage or not final representation of the game?
Yeah.
You don't get that for a movie as such. Like, you're not going to watch a movie trailer and have it just say, oh, well, this just gives you an idea of what we're going for with the movie. None of these scenes may actually be included. You sometimes get deleted scenes, and that's okay. Like, same way in the game. Like, if you were doing, like, a Destiny level and say, oh, we cut that level out because, say, I don't know, if there was a glitch in it, I can understand this. But, like, the Alien Colonel Marines thing and stuff like that, you're like, no, you can't get away with this. This would be like, no, you can't. It'd be like if they showed an advert for the original Power Ranger movie and then as a trailer for the new shitty one and put underneath does not represent the final product. You'd be pissed when you went to see it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. Also during the oh, go ahead.
Also, as we not said it during any of our recordings yet, R.I.P. Adam West.
Yes.
I feel like we had to mention that at some point.
You are correct. We do. We need to review the Batman show, or at least the movie from the Batman show.
As much as Pew laughed about it.
She
I
did.
did not laugh.
You just did that.
Yeah, I was like, way to sell that Pew.
Yeah.
Laugh
Good
and
job.
go, I didn't do that.
No, I mean I was laughing at the fact that you would think I would do that.
Yeah, just like O.J. Simpson had to write a book to tell us how he wouldn't have killed his wife.
Yeah.
What the Matt Gerard promo. But yeah.
So did I hear there was Minecraft?
There was.
Yeah, they announced the crossplay, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
I love that. And they said it's crossplay on all systems. And apparently that includes the new Switch and stuff.
Yeah, they showed a Switch in the trailer, so I hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So-
Part of me said, like I said, I was confused as fuck as to how that would work. The only reason I say that is, let's say I'm on the Switch, or I'm on a PS3 because it's all versions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the PS3 at the 360, which couldn't handle the same one the PC can.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell can I join a PC game with a much bigger world than what the console ones could handle? Or if I enter a game with Rick on my Switch, and let's say Rick's got his Master Chief costume on from the Xbox exclusives, and I'm wearing my little Mario costume on the Nintendo one, will we see each other's costumes, considering those consoles aren't supposed to see this because it's exclusive? I mean, I'm not saying that they're a problem. I'm just generally curious how the fuck that would work, how that's going to work, or how they're going to do it.
I don't think any of them are gonna.
It's still cool.
Like any of them aren't gonna look exactly like that, because especially for any like PC one, because I almost know like most people on PC have like the shaders and stuff on it there now and everything, so it's just gonna look very different representations per platform probably, and that's probably what they're gonna go with.
To be fair, I assumed like the unofficial mods and anything like that we won't see, but I was assuming like the official exclusive stuff. I was just genuinely curious. Does that mean they're going to have to bring them out on all consoles, or bring out a patch so all consoles will see them? And obviously, the
I figure
PC
either that or you'll just show up as like a different picture, like the default one.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
curious. Like, oh, well, when Rick shows up, will he be the gingerbread man or regular Steve, or whatever he's called?
Yeah.
No idea.
And we interesting to see where that goes.
But yeah, couple other quick things for me before I head off.
Okay.
They showed a couple, like the ID at Xbox trailer was cool. They just showed like Fire stuff, and some of that I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I want to see more of that. And it's like, oh, I guess I get nothing. Interesting to see Black Desert there. I tried the PC one in beta, and it had a crazy cool character creator. I'm anxious to try that, see how that translates out. And it was also cool to see Code Vein, because that was, I think, announced as like a Vita title or something that Bamco did. And I was like, oh, wow, it's going to be like even on the Xbox, so probably PS4 and stuff too. Like I don't know. They've compared it to Dark Souls, even though they haven't really seen much. So I'm kind of worried it will be like that, but awesome to see it on multiple consoles, at least.
That will be. And yeah, I will admit, on E3, that's something I always find. When they do the quick fire, and here's a load of other games that are coming to do. Half the time, I find that way more interesting than some of their actual boring presentations of, oh, look, here's a load of fake people playing a insert, like, on a first-person shooter where they're like, hey, guys, I'm going to go around this corner. Like, if you remember the Rainbow Six Siege one, where we were like, the game looks interesting as fuck. The people playing it, they're the worst actors ever.
It's like, I want to see more of those games, but instead, thanks for showing me the car.
Yeah, like they make Nickelodeon shows look like brilliant acting.
Yes.
When those shows like, oh my god, the teacher is in. Like watching those actors on the stage, I'm like, you know what? I didn't really fully appreciate the Emmy award-winning That's So Raven. I mean, it was brilliant how she was so flawless in her acting when she dressed up as someone every episode.
It's coming back. It's called Raven's Home.
Will Corey be in it, or is he still with the president as a chef? Whatever.
I'm not sure.
Corey into Raven's Home.
Yes.
I will admit, Corey in the house was just not as good. And that's a weird thing for us to be discussing right now. But yeah.
Yeah, very random. Anything else for Microsoft?
I thought the Shadow of War looked really cool. That trailer, though, looked ridiculously scripted. Where like they were using, because I remember the first one, it was like those people were all randomly generated, the Nemesi, whatever. Nemesis, and then that guy comes in and they use his name several times. I'm like, okay, this is really scripted, but I like the idea behind it. And I did like that game, so anxious to see the sequel.
Anybody looking forward to Super Lucky's Tale? Because I was hoping that it was a Conkers game or something, but it's not. Like, but it made me hope and be happy for like 5 seconds though. So there was that.
It was interesting to see them do that. I would not have expected them to do like an old school ukulele platformer, but I guess that did well enough that they're like, we should make one.
Yeah,
we're gonna put in the fake Blinks, the Time Cat. I'm like, okay,
yeah, I'd love to see some old school platformers come back. Those are my shit. We'll talk about it over the weekend. I heard there's actually like a platformer coming on the VR supposedly, which is interesting.
There is platforming on the VR.
Is there? Okay.
Trying to avoid all the stuff in your room while you're walking around.
Yeah, there's one on there where the camera is, where basically the VR headset, you are the camera, so you get more depth and sense of where you're jumping. Therefore, it's one of the worst elements of platforming games. I love platforming games. One of the worst elements is fixed. On 3D ones, 2D platforming games like the original Sonic, fuck me, I can jump onto all of them and be done with it.
Yeah.
Like Croc, if anyone remembers that on PS1.
Croc was cool.
Gex and shit.
Gex.
The amount of times I've been like, fuck, I was on that stone. No, jump on the stone. Not into the water, jump on the stone.
Yeah.
And half the time I'm just like, you know what? No. At this point, I'm not sure if the game is bad or I'm just terrible at aiming. So I'm like, I don't know at this point, but when I'm like, here you go, and pass the pad to someone and they do the exact same mistakes, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's just really hard to land on this platform.
Yeah.
We've all been like some of the God of Wars on the one of the PS2 ones. It was hard as fuck to jump on some of the platforms.
Yeah. I remember that back then. I remember that in the PS1 days too, because there were some levels in not the first one because they didn't have the ability in the first one, but in the second and third Spyro the Dragon games, where you had to jump, glide, and then hit the triangle to do the hover just at the right second to get the extra like inch to land on the fucking platform.
In case any kids are watching that, Spyro the Dragon is a prequel to the hit Netflix show Skylanders Academy.
Yes. Correct.
I can't wait for season 2 of that.
Fair enough.
Just for completion's sake, like going platformers, the Ori 2, look at the little fox thing or something. That looks neat for kids.
Yep. And I will admit, this year, I'm going to give props to Microsoft, like we've said we would if they did this on one of the other years. Hardly anything, if anything at all, I can't seem to remember anything, wasn't technically about gaming.
That's true.
That's true.
They focused on gaming.
Because I remember, like, what was it, 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
It was like 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah, when it was the Magic Glass thing that turned out to be an app, not the actual device like people thought it would be. And then PlayStation did that at one point where it's like, look at all the media we've got. I'm like, I want games. It's E3.
Yeah.
It's like when people go to Comic-Con and like, oh, look, it's an Adam Sandler film. Fuck off and show me Batman. But at least to me, although the Ubisoft one this year lacked the weirdly dressed current generation dancing to Just Dance, I missed that.
I thought it did.
Oh, did it? I must have missed that bit.
Yeah, there's some lady who's singing her song. I don't even know who she is, and I've never heard the song.
And there was some gangster panda too, like that looked like a panda that's seen hard times, like the weird, like, rough panda. The weird, rough. It was the gangster panda that was going around dancing with the lollipop chicks.
See, before we go to do the third party now, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the Ubisoft one. I think I may have caught it late. I thought I caught it bang on when it started. I missed a lot of the dancing shit and just I saw the South Park as well. I didn't see any of the dancing. I was like, it's not Ubisoft one without like when they're like, come up onto the stage, random people who are not planned, dressed nothing like audience members.
Okay, they didn't go that far, but they had like fake Daft Punk and then fake like K-pop, and then some lady came out for Just Dance.
Like you remember that from was it last year or the year before? They had them like in street caps, like looking like what a market executive think is hip, but hasn't actually been hip for like 5-10 years. And you're like,
yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah. Look how cool we are. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll just wrap up
because ISIS when we need it.
Yeah. Just to wrap up, because I'm noticing it was posted a couple hours ago. Apparently, Just Spence went out of his way to explain what exclusivity means that they're working with. Apparently, what he said was that effectively the term that they're using, which is console launch exclusive, means the first console the game will be on will be Xbox One. And they changed it from timed exclusive because some of the games they're launching on Xbox One as the first console are already on PC. So they wanted a term that would include both games that are first launching on Xbox One as the only thing it's on, and also games that are launching on Xbox One that are already on PC.
That's still pretty much timed exclusive.
Pretty much.
There's been timed exclusives before now where they were on PC.
He says console launch exclusive means the first console the game will launch on will be Xbox One. I don't know, honestly, anything about when those games are going to launch on another platform. It's really up to the developer to work to make that happen. But saying these games are launched first on Xbox One, basically the same thing I just said. So he also clarified that an Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive will only ever be on those platforms. A world premiere, on the other hand, is the first time that certain gameplay has been shown, but depending on the game, might come to more platforms.
Yeah, like I'll admit, it's really funny that, like, you know, the Dragon Ball game.
Yeah,
that technically wasn't shown at E3 first.
E3 was leaked.
One of the Japanese sites had stuff up with it, and the official stuff from Bandai and stuff announced it before the Microsoft one as being on PS4 and I think PC. Which I was a little like, oh come on! I wanted the Switch version so I could just be like, fuck yeah, when I'm at my desk, just yeah. But I'm like, that's probably gonna come to Switch after Xenoverse 2's come.
Yeah.
They probably don't want to announce that for Switch now and have people go, then we're just not going to buy Xenoverse.
Yeah.
Which I'm totally buying Xenoverse too, just so I can play it on my desk.
Nice. All right, well, take us home, Rick.
All right, so there you have it. Thoughts on stuff we saw at the Microsoft E3 conference for 2017.
Also,
Thank you, everyone.
Hang on, Mo remembered something.
Uh-oh.
No, I was going to say, just because it was slightly important. Also, didn't they mention that they got the new VR stuff for Windows?
Oh yeah.
Did they?
They
Yeah,
said
they
if you're
announced
gonna
the new-
use. Okay.
They announced it before E3, but they mentioned it on the actual conference as a little bit. They've got a new new VR headset coming just for Windows, and they said at the conference at this time they're not using it for Xbox, but they may use it for a console in the future. So it's probably like the next Xbox will have VR. But
Xbox 2.
But as they mentioned, they were experimenting with AR, which they were with the HoloLens. But they mentioned it seems at this point, console gamers aren't interested in AR as much as PC people are. Console gamers are more interested in VR.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, I could see that because console gamers want to be just immersed in the game, whereas a lot of PC stuff or like PC isn't just gaming. Like I know there's a company over here that does like presentations using AR so they can show what they're going to build in like a 3D model on like a desk and shit.
That's cool.
That was in one of the papers. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Mm.
But I just thought the VR stuff was worth mentioning. So.
No, you're right. So you guys should get that. You could send your people out to their houses. People could see the 3D model of what their windows and doors are going to look like.
We already have something like that. It's called a magazine. If you want to know what a 3D window looks like, it's the same thing, but you're seeing through it. You can't.
All right, take us out, Rick. Rick, you're muted.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Thank you,
you're not.
everyone,
Thank
for
you. Okay.
yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Hope to see you again soon for the rest of the E3 stuff coming up later this week. Good night.